I intentionally didn't bring mine because I was told we would have one. I should have known better. So that worked out there. I'm like, what? Yeah, exactly. He might go in the semi. Woo! He's great that game. But then he won't be able to go finals. So, whatever.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. North Allegheny promotes.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT. Gold heading back to Lawrence County, your home for the county of champions. Settles under it. The senior makes the catch. Perfection. Neshannock, again, are your Class 2A state champions.
Force out the third, and that will do it. Mohawk is your 3A softball champions.
There's going to sound Union repeats as the Class 1A WPIAL champions. The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Sideline getting by one defender, and he's going to go away by Harrison. Harrison on the ground finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for two.
Shallow right field given a run and a sliding catch made.
Down to 6 on the play clock. Here's Snap in the hole. The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It is good. Slide ball deep right field. Get out of here.
Home running of Forrest Light. Throws it up for grab. There's a man open. Touchdown.
No way. They come him right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County Sport.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
And it is time for PIAA softball on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Today, it's the PIAA 2A softball semifinals featuring the Chartiers-Houston Buccaneers and the Neshannock Lancers. High school softball today on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. MVP Insurance, simplifying insurance. Call MVP for the win. Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. UPMC Orthopedic Care, Lawrence County's local choice for sports medicine. Penn Ohio Bottled Water, home and business bottled water delivery. Toshiba Business Solutions, empowering the art of business. The Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. Fedora Bonner Law, a community firm dedicated to protecting your possessions. Gem Builders Incorporated. the creative edge in your contracting work. Pontius Insurance, protecting those you love. Works in Progress, paid services for residential and commercial projects. Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. City Rescue Mission, transforming lives in crisis since 1911. Something for your wall photography. The Tri-County Principals Association, the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, and also today's broadcast is brought to you by the Neshannock Township Supervisors, the Law Office of William J. Flannery, Elite Electric, and Castle Security. Glad to be with you here on Lawrence County SportsNet. I'm Tyler Polk, glad to be joined by the boss, James Dotson, here from beautiful North Allegheny High School, as we've got an important matchup here for Neshannock. It's trying to get themselves back in the PIAA Softball Championship for the third time in the last 4 years. On the other side, for Chartiers-Houston, they're out for revenge. Neshannock defeated them in the WPIAL Championship, and now they have an opportunity to make it back to the state championship game for the first time since 2010.
Yeah, and that's a very big part of this game is the fact you do have a rematch between two teams that have played each other so recently, Tyler. I mean, we've seen it over the last 3-4 years with Neshannock and the run that they've been on. Typically, though, it's been against the county rival Laurel, but believe it or not, the times that they played them in the state semifinals that would be 2024 last year and 2022. Those are the 2 years they didn't play the Spartans in the WPIL championship. So it's just kind of interesting here that you do have something that, believe it or not, hasn't happened all that often in Class 2A softball, having a District 7 versus District 7 in the 1 versus 2 here with a trip to Penn State on the line.
It's pretty rare in general for a district championship rematch at this level. The last time this happened, you had to go back to 2014 with Phillipsburg, Osceola, and Bald Eagle area. As a matter of fact, when you go back before that, the previous 4 times all happened in the 90s, a 7-year span.
Wow.
And the first time ever that happened was 1991 when it was 2 District 10 squads, Iroquois and Fort LeBoeuf.
And that's the only time that the runner-up has gotten the revenge that they've looked for. So it would be a pretty historic feat, but you got 2 pretty historic teams going at it here today. Obviously, you know what Neshannock has been trying to do what hasn't been done, but it has been done recently by one of the 6A schools in the state tournament of trying to go for their 3rd state championship in the last 4 seasons is Neshannock. It'd also be, if they can win these last 2, would be 100 wins for this senior class, which is also very, very insane to think as they're getting starting lineups announced here at North Allegheny High School. But I look at it as well, too, with obviously Tricia Alderson being one of the most decorated softball players and coaches in the district history. Just very, very impressive what she has done as a personal player, winning district titles and now as a coach. But it's all about Addie Fry first and foremost. And it's all about the golden flashes on both sides of the field. We're going to see lots of golden flash over the course of the field. 3 Lancers and the pitcher Meadow Ferry for Chartiers-Houston. It's all about what these 2 pitchers are going to do. Addie Fry with a 79-1 career record. You're talking about a career earned run average of 0.64. And you got to look in the fact of the matter that they have played each other so recently. How does that play into both teams in terms of what I mean by that, Tyler, is how does that go into the psyche of both of these teams? Neshannock, you can't be overconfident and be like, we beat this team already. Chartiers-Houston is going to be the complete opposite. Like, hey, we didn't play our best game. We need to come out for blood. And it starts right at the top of their order with their all-state catcher, defending player of the year, actually, from Class 1A in Ella Ritchie, hitting just shy of 600. And the state all-time career home runs hitter. So that's 2 weeks in a row, 2 games in a row. And Neshannock has played literally the top 2 home run hitters in Pennsylvania state history.
Let's take a look at the road through the state playoffs for both of these 2 teams. Of course, with Chartiers-Houston, they've been the definition of battling Bucs, especially with a team called the Battling Bucs and the Pittsburgh Pirates out here. Take a look at their run through it as They defeated Cranberry in the first round. That's a District 9 champion.
But let's talk about that because they were trailing in that game 5-1 until, or excuse me, 2-1 until Ella Ritchie hit a late grand slam in that game to extend her state record. So that grand slam representing 4 of the 5 runs for the Lady Bucs. And that's why they were able to get to that win. And then a pitcher's duel at Meadow Ferry then win. So there's your 1-2 punch, your battery getting it done in the 2 playoff games.
Yeah, big time comebacks for Chartiers-Houston to get back into this state semifinal. They were in the state semifinals last year in 1A. They fell to Carmichael's. On the other side for Neshannock, I was covering the Chestnut Ridge game, and of course, but that Sharpsville game was classic Neshannock in the first round. Five innings, 10-0 victory. They pulled out all the stops, but that Chestnut Ridge, it's 5-3, but it's 5-3 with a little bit of intrigue because Chestnut Ridge got 2 runs in their last half inning. They made it a little bit close, but Neshannock was able to shut the door from that.
And I think that's key right there is the fact they built the lead. You can trust on your pitcher, but hey, errors are going to happen. Those are 2 unearned runs at the end of the game. And, you don't want to say it, but we're going to get it out of here right now. The state semifinal loss to Everett 2 years ago was a 9-6 loss. All 9 runs given up were unearned runs in that game. You got to come out. This first inning is going to be crucial. If you can get through the 1-2-3 inning, let your pitcher get on a roll, let your bats get going at the top of that order. Because as soon as you get a lead with Addie Fry, you think that you have a good chance to win the game. And I think that's kind of the key right there is that you have that little bit of flexibility to be able to, hey, we made a mistake, no biggie, let's get these last couple outs. But you got to start strong to be able to have that mindset.
So we just went through the announcements of the starting lineups for Neshannock and Chartiers-Houston. Let's pause for the national anthem from North Allegheny High School. Coming up next, it's the Lancer, it's the Bucs, it's the 2A softball semifinals on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Where can I get you today? To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Acts can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to the doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride.